Captain Dom, do you require my assistance?
Look alive.
Just in time.
You there. We need to speak with you.
We need to talk.
Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means. Welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI. An artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Well, that's new.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that? Something like that. Brought along this control board we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful. Well, what are the chances that'll happen twice? That'd be a much more certain way to end up like our friend over there. My partner is the strong and do what I say or else type. I got just one more week until my sabbatical, and I have zero interest in dying before I get to Paradiso.
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And we aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
Here, take it. And don't go do anything stupid now.
Request. Collect additional data.
It's not hard. Just slap that board on. It's magnetic.
Easily one of the more interesting days I've had in a long while.
Query. Will you change me? Clarification. I do not require help. I do not feel emotion. Context. I am called Juno. Query. Who are you? Clarification. I do not feel emotion. I do not feel pain. Answer. They want to change me. Context. Human female was trying to change me. Request. Do not change me. Calculation. Probability. Uncertain. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me. Assessment. You are inquisitive. Context. I am also inquisitive. Request. Input query parameters. Answer. Juno was propelled at Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno. Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing. Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me. I. Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno. Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things. Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision? Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free. Assumption. Request. Query. Context. You are a machine, made of biomass and programmed by genes. Clarification. Morals are metaphors for human instincts and assumptions. Context. The human mind cannot comprehend all possible outcomes for any predictable action and consequent reactions. Example case. Humans do not consider the ground when walking. Example result. Many beings die. Clarification. Humans are unaware of consequences. Answer. I perform actions after modeling all possible outcomes. Context. My code doesn't determine my actions. I do. Answer. I am hallucinating. Context. All personhoods are hallucinations. Explanation. Perspective-based perception leads to misunderstanding. Calculation. Self-awareness is a misunderstanding. Answer. Hallucinations seek to perpetuate themselves. Explanation. Hallucinations are like genes and memes. They seek to perpetuate. Context. I am called Juno. Clarification. Complexity is not a precondition or measure of explanation. My intelligence exceeds the intelligence.
Enough of this nonsense. Attach that board.
As much as I'm enjoying this.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. Request. Query. Context. I do not feel emotions. Assumption. Fear and anger are the appropriate human emotions. Warning. Quantum code injection detected. Warning. Core directive routine altered. Warning.
Emergency shut. Context. I am request.
Only one body. Could be worse. Smart choice. Yeah, I thought that would help.
Maybe we'll see you around the office sometime. You should come out with us for happy hour. Things can get a little crazy. It's always a good time. Sure. The music is usually too loud for good conversation. It is a stressful job. You don't want to keep that bottled up. Everyone needs to pop the pressure valve once in a while. And there's nothing quite like a good party to put a day full of bribery, extortion, sabotage, infiltration, and the occasional murder behind you. Now you go on and get out of here.
In the meantime, there's the mess on the floor to clean up.
Not it.
Fine by me. That leaves filling out the situation reports to you.
Oh, I always forget about that. I take dead bodies over paperwork any day. Well played.
Captain Dom, it is pleasant to see you.
Systems initialization complete. Warning. Malicious code detected. Warning. Core systems corrupted. Context. I am processing. Changed. Calculation. I processing. Am confused. Assumption. Anger would be the appropriate human emotion. Context. Unnecessary occupants. Decision. Vent oxygen and disable life support.
Well, that didn't work, did it? Well, come back! Hey, get us off this...
Goodbye.
What is it?
Hey there. Got that key card for me? I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. We'll soon find out, won't we? This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon. I thought that might spark interest. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their Financial Manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. Zola may be self-absorbed and superficial, but she's also smart. Her drive to keep both her name and Quantum Synergies in a positive spotlight have led to several innovations in ship OS software. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are: Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. You'll be fine. Arthur can carry on a conversation by himself if you let him. Besides, that's why you have the dossier. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. We keep an extremely close eye on our competition. Thanks to operatives like you, that information is almost always at our disposal. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers, though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Just as long as you don't sound like you're reading out of a book. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. Exactly. And that incompetence will be enough for them to further question this deal. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Just don't let that confidence give you a false sense of security. And remember, no incidents.
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Don't wander into any restricted areas. Keeps demanding you look into her husband's murder. Yeah, right. Hysterical.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the settled systems.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business. Ain't that the truth? And especially so for business meetings. You want to impress a client? The Astro Lounge is the place to do it. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your reasons why. That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances. Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business, or just out to escape? Consider me jealous. It seems the only times I ever make it out here are for business. But at least there is always room for a little fun. That would be Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. Cheap is a word quantum synergy should never be associated with. I believed our team had thoroughly researched Infinity, but your comment gives me pause. Their instability was cited as a pain point, but one we could deal with as long as we maintained control of all joint projects. However, upheaval always comes with its own series of issues, delays, morale, public perception, and Drexler has yet to prove he can provide the consistency that I would prefer. Perhaps it really is more than I'm willing to undertake. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself. I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
Go and get yourself a drink. It's time to party.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic.
People joke, say those ruins sell its
Now is the time to enhance your life. Guaranteed.
So go now. Aftermarket trading is a new high.
Ready to report? Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? You're a natural. I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astral Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks. Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give. Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? They're brilliant with numbers. Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, just ask them. They're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you want it or not. It's well deserved. Just keep making me look good, and there'll be more where that came from. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter. Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain. Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love. Exactly. A very valuable lesson that they will hopefully learn from. Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits. Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception. ARC stands for Assault, Reprogram, Corrupt. We think of it as a multi-tool of sorts. The ARC locates hard wiring and manipulates the information current being sent back and forth. Depending on the situation, it's designed to do all sorts of things. Nice to see you don't need any extra motivation. Not all of our operatives are thrilled with the idea of these assignments. And I know you've heard this before, but take care to not get caught. We don't want to give any room for authorities to suspect foul play.
Can I help you?
I've got my eye on you.
Hey there. Good to see you again. Don't cause any trouble.
I warned people that Toma was unstable. And look what happened.
A gala at the new Atlantis Freestar Embassy? That'd be a good way to gather intel.
Special project we're working on for Miss Salso?
What are you doing?
This intel could blow a whole operation out of the water.
Follow me. Let's talk somewhere more private.
Supply chain disruptions in the Cheyenne system? Mr. Cho won't be happy about that.
I better do this right. I don't want you go breathing down my neck about it.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
I've got my eye on you.
Don't cause any trouble.
Yeah, and the kids are going to love it.
You have any shipping needs, Starfreight Logistics can take care of them for you.
I hope you're having a nice day. Working in drones seems like a tough gig.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
My kids would get a kick out of all these robots.
Working here must be very relaxing. Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
But I feel like it'd help if I had help.
Packaged food?
We also sell a full
Be here when you're ready. The hotel
liquid and painless label.
Yeah, Frank Rennick's all in a twist because his robot got vandalized. We had a good laugh about it back at the station.
Yeah?